Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro arrives in New York after U.S. capture. In a dramatic and unprecedented international development, Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro was flown to New York on January 3, 2026, after being captured by United States forces during a military operation in Venezuela. The events mark one of the most significant interventions by the U.S. in Latin America in decades. According to U.S. authorities, Maduro and his wife, Celia Flores, were seized in Caracas during a coordinated operation early Saturday and transported aboard an American aircraft to Stewart Air National Guard Base in New York. They are expected to face multiple federal charges, including narco-terrorism, conspiracy, and drug-related offenses in the Southern District of New York. U.S. President Donald Trump announced the successful operation, describing it as a major victory in the fight against drug trafficking and international crime. Trump also stated that, pending a transition in Venezuela, the U.S. would temporarily assume some responsibilities for governance to ensure stability. Swift military action and global reaction. The operation followed months of escalating tensions between the U.S. and Venezuela, during which the U.S. carried out airstrikes on Venezuelan military and strategic sites. Explosions were reported in Caracas as the mission unfolded. International reactions have been sharply divided. Some governments welcomed Maduro's removal, seeing it as the end of an authoritarian and corrupt regime, while others condemned the U.S. action as a violation of Venezuelan sovereignty and international law. The United Nations is expected to hold an Emergency Security Council session in response to the operation. Legal and diplomatic controversy. Legal experts and diplomats have raised questions over the legality of using military force to apprehend a sitting head of state, noting that such actions typically require broader international authorization. Critics argue that even valid criminal charges do not justify a unilateral military incursion into another sovereign nation. Meanwhile, protests erupted in several cities within the United States, including in New York City's Times Square, where demonstrators urged an end to foreign military interventions. As Maduro awaits initial court proceedings in New York, attention has also turned to the future of Venezuela's leadership. Venezuelan Vice President Delcy Rodriguez has asserted that Maduro remains the country's legitimate president, despite his detention and transfer to U.S. custody. The unfolding situation continues to reverberate across the region and around the world, raising pressing questions about international law, state sovereignty, and the evolving role of U.S. foreign policy in the Western Hemisphere.